Okay, good afternoon, my friends. Welcome to my broadcast. And what I'm going to do is talk to you today about some very strange areas of life that we seem to be having happening around us. And what I mean by this is it looks like there's been this really strange mind game being played on people. And this is an opportunity to see beyond the curtain. Tell you what I mean by this. I was out and about today. I went out shopping, and there were queues outside the local pharmacy and the local shop. And I live in a council estate in London. This council estate was used as essentially as a staging post or a backdrop to a film called Fahrenheit 41 or 42, and the film Fahrenheit 42 was essentially a dystopian nightmare film. It's kind of Clockwork Orange-esque in its application, and what it was is that it showed you a world in which there's a political control, where thought is monitored, where free speech is cramped down on, where free speech is considered an act of treason, all the usual stuff that goes with the Orwellian, dystopian, Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, globalist New World Order sort of bantering. And this is a kind of place that I live. I live in a council estate, which actually where that film was shot. And it's interesting that we're living in this strange landscape now, in which we find ourselves having to queue up outside shops with social distancing. But this is not what's strange. Here's the question. What I find strange about this whole notion is the fact that I saw a police van with 8 policemen or police officers. And if you don't know the difference between a policeman and a police officer, then you seriously need to check out what that means, why there is a difference between a policeman and or woman and a police officer. The two are entirely different in every aspect with regards to funding, how they're financed. But what's interesting is that I saw this van, a police van with 8 police officers or policemen and women in the van. Now, hang on. Let's take our rose-tinted spectacles off. Let's put our scrutiny spectacles on. And let's have a look. To quote Sherlock Holmes, you see, but you do not observe. I looked, and it instantly came to me, because I was not just looking and seeing with my eyes, I was observing. And there's a difference between seeing and observing. You have a van with 8 police officers or policemen and women in them, in a world in which we have been told to self-isolate and social distance ourselves. The $64 billion question and elephant in the room is this. Do the police officers or the policemen and women possess superpowers? Do they possess superpowers? Let's ask this question. Do they possess superpowers that give them the ability to be protected against this coronavirus COVID-19 business? Just a minute. During this COVID-19 coronavirus business, do they have superpowers? The answer is no. So why is it we're being told as citizens or civilians that we have to social distance ourselves and self-isolate And yet they can have 8 police officers in a police van prowling the streets in close proximity to each other, in total contravention to the whole policy of social distancing. I speak this way because you need to take this in a little bit. It's going to take you a little bit to think about this, for those people who are unaware. Now, what's interesting is that I live in this estate, which was the backdrop to Fahrenheit 42, which was a film about dystopian, and I'm looking at what's going on with regards to this community, and there is this really, really interesting contradiction and paradox that's been played out here with regards to how we have been told to live as civilians or citizens, and how the law enforcement agencies are living. Now, there is also some other things that are going on, and there is this big pressure going on, and this pressure is being brought to book by multinational corporations. Multinational corporations, which, by the way, are not elected. They have no direct jurisdiction within the remit of politics. Bill Gates was never elected. My guess is, if I was meeting Bill Gates today, I would say, before you tell the world to take its vaccine and digitally chip itself and digitally passport itself, before you do that, I would say, before you tell me what to do, you should run for office and become an elected individual. Chances are that he wouldn't be voted, not for love nor money. And this is the real danger between private corporations and politics, and that, if you understand clearly, is fascism. Okay? It's a very simple broadcast, really. Very simple remark. When you're walking around, take these rose-tinted spectacles off and put the spectacles of scrutiny on. Put things under a microscope. You see, but you do not observe. Now's the time for you to see and observe. I've been forced into doing these broadcastings on YouTube because primarily I've been banned on Facebook for 28 days. Actually 29 days, for a full month. I can't even speak. Who knows what's going to happen in a month? By the way, I do these broadcastings because of two things. I'm documenting what's happening, and I'm letting people know I'm still alive. Each day I do a daily briefing. I will not do this on the Shabbat, but I will do it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and early on Friday. And I will do these daily briefings from the trenches of cyberspace, and I will include the date in which they are done, so that people know I'm still alive, I'm still around, and I'm still saying it like it is. Just so that you know, I am not suicidal. I'm not manic depression. I'm not given to tendencies of extraordinary and extravagant behavior. I'm very tight and very and anally retentive with regards to controlling the narrative of my machine. I don't go to places that might bring question upon my character or my morality. I'm saying this deliberately so you know. There is a video file that is hovering around the internet and placed on certain friends' places that I know that those people who know me will know what that's for. Okay? I thank you very much for listening to this short broadcast. I have other things to do, and I will get back to doing a lengthy broadcast on Sunday, and back to my normal morning broadcast on YouTube, and ultimately will then cease broadcasting on YouTube when I'm allowed to go broadcasting back on Facebook. So until then, by the way, please subscribe for those people who are new viewers. Subscribe, hit that link button, share, and keep posted. And I hope on Sunday, when I do a broadcast, to have a chat session with people. Enjoy this broadcast. Thank you very much, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.